Unit PC Activity 9. So for number 1, I put sugar dissolves better in hot water, but in cold water it doesn't fully dissolve as well as quickly or as well or as quickly as in the hot water. In the cold water, the sugar will mostly settle to the bottom. For number 2, I put when the liquid is cooled, the substance, the liquid and solid, should be dissolved completely and become one liquid because when the tea is hot, the sugar should have completely dissolved in the water before becoming cold. For number 3, part A, I put another example of suspension as saw this in this activity was baking soda. And for B, I put that a type of solution could be sugar water, and we saw that many times in this activity. Salt water, when heated, is an example of a solution as well. For C, I put a solution is material dissolved in fluid, and only fluid is observable, while a suspension is a material mixed with a fluid, and both the fluid and material are observable. For D, I first drew it one way and then I wanted to draw it another way. So I put in the solution, you would most likely see the water particles because the sugar is dissolved. And basically the sugar particles would be kind of mixed in. Where in a suspension, the particles would be, the charcoal, for example, would be clumped to one section of the container while the other liquid particles would be floating around. And then for page 113, I think the small particles represent the water particles, while the big particles represent, they represent the sugar. And I think this is because the sugar particles start out as a cluster and then get mixed around the water particles. For the next question, I put a solid is added to a liquid at first and start to collect, but once stirred and mixed into the liquid until it is dissolved so that they become one liquid. And for the next one, I put, as you see through the process, the amount/number of particles are the same at the beginning as they are at the end. So if you weigh/find the mass of the water and the sugar particles separately, add them together, it should be the same amount as once they are combined. And those are the summary questions for Unit PC Activity 9.